So for the very first time ever this month, Yelp are putting on a food porn festival. And what better way to discuss a food porn festival than at Naughty Boy Cafe? Look at these milkshakes. I don't even know where we would start.
I don't know where to begin.
Jackie, which one, just on pure visual, would you go first?
I think the fairy floss is calling my name.
Oh, I'm going with this one. I'm so glad that we've got different ones. Although I'm dying to try some of this stuff. Have a look at that.
Oh my God.
How good does that look? And I've touched it, so I guess it's mine now. Jackie from Yelp, tell us what Yelp is to start with.
Yelp is a website and an app that connects people with the cool stuff that's happening around them. So we like to tell people about food, drink, shopping, a hairdresser perhaps, but we are very much focused this month on food and food porn in particular.
So for anyone who doesn't know what food porn is, it's very PG.
Yes, it is.
But not necessarily good for your waistline.
No.
Tell us what food porn is.
Food porn is a kind of food that really creates a feeling of, oh my God, in the viewer, okay?
Yeah.
Such as what we have in front of us. I mean, you don't even want to eat it, it's so gorgeous. That's
you don't,
food porn.
but we're going to.
We are
for sure. I understand food porn as well to be all about that friend that you have and maybe that person, if that's you.
It's me.
It's me too. Whenever you go to a cafe or out for a drink, before anyone can touch anything on the table, it's, oh, I've got to get a snap of this, I've got to get my photo of it. Because you want to share the experience.
Absolutely.
And I think that that's definitely become the norm, not just for photographers, but for the everyday consumer now as well.
Absolutely.
And I guess that's what you guys are celebrating.
Yeah, I mean, a few years ago, it was a bit of a faux pas to take a photo of your food. It was a bit embarrassing, but nowadays it's what you do before any meal. And we're celebrating that because more and more often places are creating foods that are kind of designed to have a photo taken of them. So it's a celebration of Melbourne food and how beautiful it is.
These, I don't even know what angle you could possibly take these from that these would look bad.
No, exactly.
Because they look amazing right away. Well, I know that you are an even bigger photo taker than I am.
I am indeed.
I would love some tips on how you go about taking the ultimate picture of your food when you're out for dinner.
No problem. There's 4 things you want to keep in mind, Candy. The first one is your lighting, okay? There is a reason that brunch is very popular for food porn. It's because lighting is at its best at about 11 a.m, 10 a.m. It's nice and clear and crisp and beautiful.
So that's why you might see some people when you're at an event having a friend put their torchlight on while they're trying to take a photo,
right?
Because the lighting's really important. Okay.
Exactly. But on that, the second thing I would want you to remember is the flash is not always your friend, okay? The flash can create some weird shadows and almost a green light, so where possible, turn the flash off.
Okay.
Always use natural lighting.
Okay, what else?
The third is to know when it's not sexy, okay? Like your green chicken curry might be delicious, but it's not necessarily very nice to look at. And no one else needs to see it either, okay?
Okay.
And finally, I think it's really important to put a bit of context in your food as well. So I don't mind a hand in a photo, or even a knife and fork, or a coffee on the side with some lipstick on it, just to give it a bit of background and some context as to what you're doing.
Those are actually really good tips. So if we were going to style this photo right now, I'm going to get my phone out.
Sure.
Can you help me make sure we get the ultimate photo?
Absolutely.
What would you do? Line them up, make
I
them
reckon
perfect?
you want to do them in a nice little neat line.
And do you
just
think
like
from
that?
down below too slow, or?
Do it from an angle so you kind of get a nice little... You
Like
see
that?
That's pretty good, I reckon. Good lighting here.
This is what that looks like. I don't know how well you can see it. We've got a pretty good cameraman. But this is what that photo looks like on an angle. That looks pretty cool, Jackie.
Pretty
I'm
good.
really excited for this festival. How can people get involved?
Go to Yelp, go to melbournefoodpornfest.com, upload your photos, and we'll be in touch if it's sexy enough to get in the exhibition.
That sounds pretty awesome. Now, given you're from Yelp Melbourne, you know all about the coolest stuff in Melbourne. I'm pretty pumped to do a Fast 5 with you. Let's go for it.
I'm ready.
Where is the best bar in Melbourne?
My favourite bar is the Beaufort on Rathdown Street. Sexy bartenders, great drinks. It's a bit dingy and dark. It's awesome.
That sounds very appealing. You've sold it pretty well. Where do you get the best burger?
Best burger, controversial choice for me. I like Danny's Burgers in Fitzroy North. They're not as trendy as you're seeing these days, but it's an epic burger.
Is it Dirty Burger?
It's a
there's nothing better than a Dirty Burger. What's your secret Melbourne?
My secret Melbourne, I think it's all about Edinburgh Gardens for me. It is a gorgeous space to go to, a nice chilled out walk. There's a dog area. If you don't have a dog, you can just go and look at them and cuddle them and then leave them.
Stalker.
Yeah, and there's also the bowls club there as well. So
Awesome.
a lot of fun to be had.
Where do we find Jackie on a Sunday morning?
Probably in bed, or sometimes
And then?
I will stumble out possibly to Industry Beans and grab a coffee.
Awesome. And final question for you, where do you take a babe on a date?
Oh, a babe on a date. Well,
Could be a babe friend.
as a strict North Sider, I'd probably be going to the Great Northern. It's a great pub, awesome courtyard. Otherwise, I'd be heading to New Amsterdam in the city. It's dark and moody and sexy. Great drinks.
Well, we've learned a bit about Jackie today. She likes dark and moody and sexy things.
I do.
The good news is she also likes sweet things, as do I. I shotgunned this one before. You shotgunned this one.
Gimme,
I
gimme.
did actually shotgun this little bit up here too. Yum! So we're going to get into these. Have fun with your food porn, guys. I'm going to head to every single restaurant in Melbourne between now and the festival to make sure I get the best snap possible. We'll take a quick selfie.